Someone told me the other day that Nostradamus predicted that there was going to be some sort of a World War III.
Nostradamus, though, just throws his hat on the field, and it's like it's vague enough where anything can be true, so everything he's ever said can be true.
Right.
Nostradamus, a French astrologer and physician from the 16th century, is one of history's most famous prophets. His book, LastPope, contains hundreds of quatrains that people have interpreted as predictions of future events. Some believe these prophecies have already come true, while others think that many are yet to unfold. Nostradamus's writings are mysterious and cryptic, so interpreting them is a challenge. The first prophecy suggests that a great war will begin in 2024. Nostradamus wrote about a conflict that would last for 27 years. Some interpret this as a reference to a third world war. This war, they say, could involve many countries and result in unimaginable destruction. The idea of another world war is terrifying. The world has seen the horrors of such conflicts twice before. Millions of lives were lost, and the damage was immense. A third world war in the 21st century with modern weapons could be even worse. The fear is that tensions between major powers today could escalate. Countries like the United States, Russia, and China have powerful militaries. If they were to go to war, the consequences could be catastrophic. People worry that a conflict could start in Europe, Asia, or the Middle East. Any small spark could set off a chain of events leading to a larger war. The world is more connected than ever before. What happens in one part of the world can quickly affect other regions. This prophecy is an example of how fragile peace can be. The second prophecy by Nostradamus that many fear might come true in 2024 involves natural disasters. Nostradamus wrote about earthquakes, floods, and fires that would devastate parts of the world. Some believe that 2024 will be a year of major natural disasters. Earthquakes could strike in unexpected places, causing massive destruction and loss of life. Floods could result from melting glaciers or rising sea levels, displacing millions of people. Fires could rage out of control, destroying forests, homes, and entire communities. The world has seen an increase in natural disasters in recent years. Climate change is often blamed for this rise in extreme weather events. Scientists warn that we can expect more of the same if we do not take action to address global warming. But even if we do everything right, some disasters might be inevitable. Nature is powerful and unpredictable. Nostradamus's prophecy is a reminder of our vulnerability to natural forces. People living in areas prone to earthquakes, floods, or fires may be especially worried about what 2024 might bring. The third prophecy is related to economic collapse. Nostradamus mentioned the fall of great powers and the collapse of economies. Some believe that 2024 could see a major financial crisis. The world economy is interconnected. A crisis in one country can quickly spread to others. If a major economy like that of the United States or China were to collapse, the effects would be felt worldwide. Stock markets could crash, businesses could go bankrupt, and millions of people could lose their jobs. The global financial system is complex and fragile. It relies on confidence and trust. If that trust were to break down, the consequences could be severe. People fear that the growing debt levels in many countries, along with rising inflation and inequality, could lead to a major economic crisis. Such a crisis would have a profound impact on people's lives. Savings could be wiped out, pensions could disappear, and entire industries could be destroyed. Nostradamus's prophecy of economic collapse is a warning that the financial system is not as stable as it might seem. The fourth prophecy involves political instability and the rise of authoritarianism. Nostradamus wrote about leaders who would rise to power through deceit and manipulation. Some see this as a warning about the rise of dictatorships in 2024. In many parts of the world, democracy is under threat. Authoritarian leaders are gaining power by exploiting people's fears and frustrations. They promise to solve problems, but instead, they consolidate power and suppress opposition. This trend is worrying because it undermines the values of freedom and human rights. In some countries, democratic institutions are being weakened, the media is being controlled, and opposition parties are being silenced. This creates an environment where authoritarian leaders can thrive. The fear is that in 2024, more countries could fall under the control of such leaders. this would lead to a loss of freedom for millions of people. Nostradamus's prophecy is a reminder that political stability is not guaranteed. The rise of authoritarianism is a threat to the progress that has been made in many parts of the world. The fifth prophecy involves a potential global pandemic. Nostradamus wrote about a plague that would spread across the world, causing death and suffering on an unprecedented scale. Some believe that 2024 could see the emergence of a new and deadly virus. The COVID-19 pandemic has shown how vulnerable the world is to such threats. Despite advances in medicine and technology, we were unprepared for the challenges posed by a global pandemic. The fear is that a new virus could emerge that is even more deadly and harder to control. This could lead to a public health crisis that overwhelms hospitals and health systems. The impact on society would be enormous. Economies would suffer, and daily life would be disrupted. People would live in fear of infection, and the death toll could be staggering. The next of these prophecies is related to a major political assassination. Nostradamus wrote about the death of a leader that would shake the world and lead to widespread unrest. Some people interpret this as a prediction that in 2024, a significant political figure could be assassinated. The death of a prominent leader could lead to chaos and instability in their country and possibly even beyond. Assassinations have changed the course of history many times before. For example, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in 1914 led to the outbreak of World War I. The fear is that a similar event could happen in 2024, causing political turmoil and possibly even leading to conflict. The world today is full of tensions, and the loss of a key leader could tip the balance in a dangerous direction. The seventh prophecy involves the rise of a new world leader who will bring both hope and fear. Nostradamus wrote about a charismatic figure who would emerge to lead people in a time of great need. Some believe that this prophecy points to a leader who will rise to power in 2024, promising to solve major global problems. This leader could gain a massive following and have a significant influence on world events. But there is also a darker side to this prophecy. While some might see this new leader as a savior, others might view them as a potential tyrant. The leader's rise could lead to significant changes in the world order, possibly even leading to conflict as different nations and groups either support or oppose them. The prophecy suggests that this leader will be a divisive figure, someone who will inspire both loyalty and fear. This could lead to increased tensions between countries, as well as within them, as people either rally behind or against this new leader. The next prophecy by Nostradamus is about a catastrophic famine that could strike the world in 2024. He wrote about a time when food would be scarce and people would struggle to survive. This prophecy is particularly worrying in today's world, where the effects of climate change, war, and economic instability are already causing food shortages in some parts of the world. If a global famine were to occur, it could lead to widespread suffering, with millions of people going hungry. The effects of such a famine would be felt across the globe. Food prices would skyrocket, leading to even more hardship for those who are already struggling. Countries that rely heavily on food imports would be particularly vulnerable, and there could be conflicts over food resources. The world has seen famines before, and they have always led to suffering and unrest. The ninth prophecy involves a significant shift in global power. Some people interpret this as a prediction that in 2024, there will be a major change in the balance of power in the world. This could mean that a country that is currently a superpower might lose its influence, while another country rises to take its place. Such a shift in power could have far-reaching consequences for the world. Alliances might change, and old conflicts could be reignited as countries adjust to the new balance of power. The fall of a great empire is often accompanied by instability and conflict, as other nations and groups try to take advantage of the power vacuum. The final prophecy is about a major technological disaster. Nostradamus wrote about a time when a great machine would bring about destruction. People interpret this as a prediction of a technological catastrophe in 2024. This could be a reference to the increasing reliance on technology in our world and the potential risks that come with it. The disaster could involve something like a massive cyber attack that cripples critical infrastructure, leading to widespread chaos and disruption. Alternatively, it could be a reference to an accident involving advanced technology, such as artificial intelligence or nuclear power. The potential for a technological disaster is a growing concern in today's world. As technology becomes more advanced and more integrated into every aspect of our lives, the risks of something going wrong also increase. A major technological disaster in 2024 could have devastating consequences for the world. It could disrupt communication, transportation, and even food and water supplies, leading to widespread panic and suffering. Now, before you leave, make sure to give this video a like and also smash that subscribe button while you're down there. Until then, keep exploring.